Hello, it is Monday night, October 28th, and this is Tikkun Olam, and it's good to see everybody. And I am doing the Devar Torah. This week's, oh, here she is, Lynn. Uh, this week's Torah portion is Noach. And I do, everyone knows the story of the ark and the animals and echo, gribby green, kids talk about that at their B'nai Mitzvah. But at the end of the chapter is the story of Bavel, the Tower of Babel.
Oh.
And I think people are familiar with that story, but may not know, oh, it's at the end of the Noach story. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about it tonight. And yeah. That's not. Ugh. I've, damn sharing. Here we go. I'm sharing from Safaria, safaria.org, and anybody can share on it and look at it. And it gives you everything. And I'm going to show you in a hot minute that it also gives you commentary. Everyone on earth had the same language and the same words. As they migrated from the east, they came upon a valley in the land of Shinar and settled there. And they said to one another, let's make bricks, burn them hard. And they made these bricks, and it took so long. Let's build a city and a tower with its top to the sky. And Adonai came down to look at the city and tower that humanity had built. And Adonai said, if as one people with one language for all, this is how they have begun to act, then nothing that they may propose to do will be out of their reach. Let us then go down and confound their speech there so that they shall not understand one speech. And in the Midrash, and if you, I'll just go up to here. You just highlight it, and then you see we have Midrash, and I'll go to all Midrash. And some of it's in English, some of it's in Hebrew. But it talks about how they're building. The way of the world is that if a person stumbles by performing a transgression for which one incurs liability for death at the hand of heaven, his ox dies, his hen is lost, his jug is lost. But I think, and it goes on more in the Midrash, what happened was that people mourned the loss of these giant bricks than they did the life of the person who would fall when the brick didn't go in. And as a visual learner, when you Google up Tower of Babel, this is what you get, which listen, we don't have pictures, we don't know. But you can only imagine, we can only imagine what it looked like. And, when you think of people who were sadder that the brick died, the brick fell, then when the person died, we realize that we have to look at, what's our end goal? Communication is important. How do we communicate? How do we talk to one another? We don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. But we need to communicate right out there. And, the Tower of Babel gives us something to think about. What would it be like if the whole, the entire world spoke the same language? Could that be possible? Look, this is all story, but it gives us something to think about. And I hope that when you think about communicating and when you think about your end goal, not to get mad at the little things in the way and to concentrate on what's coming up. And I know we have an anxious day for all of us next week, and I don't need to remind one person on this call to vote. I'm sure some of you have already voted. And we have done all that we can at Macomb Solel Lakeside to send out postcards to remind people to vote, to do our absolute best effort. And now we just have to pray. So.
Thank you. I think we have a small but mighty group on here, so I don't know if we need to do introductions again. I think we all know each other. So I'm going to move on to the reports. First one is the postcard, Rich, postcard discussion.
I think Vanessa said it all. I think we probably did 77,750 postcards going back to the beginning of June. So, I don't, that's all we could have done. In hindsight, and maybe we should remember for next year, the things that we did not do is we probably should have had voter registration or something at the temple, which we did 4 years ago, but we didn't, well, actually probably did it 8 years ago. 4 years ago was COVID, but
Yeah,
we were registering voters, allowing people to check to make sure they were registered. And we should have sent out a pledge for a pledge to vote to make sure, everybody I think if people pledge to vote, they'll be more likely to do it, so.
here, here.
Not that it would make a difference for this temple, but it's something. And the other thing, if I may digress for 1 second, is I've got all the bills that I put together for the expenses that we incurred for the postcards. Who should I send it to?
Me.
Okay. You got it, Vanessa. Thank you.
You're welcome. The one thing I did not mention, Rich, is a super toda rabah thank you to you. You did, I don't know what a yeoman is, but you did a yeoman's job on this and getting everything ready and all those envelopes. It's absolutely amazing, and we can't thank you enough.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Honestly, it was not that hard, but thank you.
7,000 postcards, Rich.
Quite a lot. Lynn?
Rich, do you know how many postcards we've done in prior years?
This is
Ballpark.
I don't know. I think we might, we probably only, we've at least doubled what we've done in the prior year. The last year we really did it. I guess we've done it I think we did it in 2020 and 2022. And last year, I'm guessing we did about 3,000. I can look, but I really don't know.
Do we have some left that we should get rid of in the office? Do you know?
No,
Because it's late, they're all gone.
yeah, I mean, they're
Right.
gone and the dates have passed.
Fast, right?
Is this
Fine. Okay, all right, RAC Illinois discussion, Madam.
That would be me.
Yep,
Okay, so RAC Illinois is in fact partnering with Dianu and Faith in Place to do one last canvassing in Wisconsin. I think it was the calendar that Sharon sent out, the link was on there, wasn't it, Sharon? Yeah. So if you click on that link.
The agenda, it was
On the
today's
on the
agenda,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I know, I saw it at the bottom of something. If you click on that, it will, November 3rd is when they're doing it. And it's, I believe, in Wauwatosa.
yeah, that's what it says.
If you'll excuse me for being a little personal, because we used to live in Milwaukee, we have friends in Wauwatosa, and it is in the past, not a bastion of progressiveness at all, although our friends are quite progressive. And but the Republican mayor of Wauwatosa endorsed Kamala Harris.
All right.
So there you go. But in any case, November 3rd, if you want to canvass, they'll train you if you've never done it before. And it's with other people. They're very much, because it's Dianu and Faith in Place, they're very much focused on the environment. So that's that. And
Maida, I put the link in the chat.
oh, good, thank you.
Andy and I went last Sunday to that group. It's to make a note, it is nonpartisan, but it is targeted nonpartisan, getting out people to vote on the environment. I can't say we met a lot of people.
People didn't answer their doors? Yeah.
Sharon?
And I know that Alan and Carol Green are already signed up for this Sunday. So if somebody's looking for, carpooling or whatever, they're planning to go up.
Okay, so if you're interested in that, so it's the last chance. And then we have Karina's bill. Do you all, I'm gonna make an assumption you all know what it is. Right, okay, I don't have to explain what it is. Okay, so, they are trying now, in the, and I'm blanking out on what they call the session.
Veto session.
Yeah, yeah. They're trying to get it passed now. And so they're asking for everyone, RAC Illinois is asking for everyone to email your legislator. I think I can put the link in the chat. Even if you've emailed them before, and even if, like those of you who are in Bob Morgan's district, the 58th, even if you know that he supports it, they're asking that you email him again, and it's important that they know that they have your support, and that it comes from the Jewish community. So they will ask, and I will see if I can put this in the chat. So that's all I have from RAC Illinois.
Okay. And then Deerfield Restore, Linda.
So there's changes at the Deerfield Free Store that you should be aware of. John McClintock, who really founded it and is the backbone of it, is looking to step aside. And so they're trying to restructure her jobs and spread it out among a number of people so that the group carries on, but not totally dependent on this one person. Fair. Part of this is how the Deerfield Street Free Store is operated, and they have gone to Holy Cross and asked the church if we could be one of their ministries. Now, I didn't really know what this meant, so I actually grilled them on this because, you know, I mean, like, will this make us all Catholic in the morning? I don't know. There's no such luck. It's like, okay. Basically,
The day before Passover, that's when I.
That's right. That's when I want to do it. You're so right. Well, it turns out this is a structural kind of thing. What it does is it allows the Deerfield Free Store to take advantage of the nonprofit status of the church, and it allows the church without us having to put through a 501c3 or anything. And it also allows them to be responsible for writing the 5 checks that we write a year for, you know, our software or whatever. But it would link us more closely with them, but in a way that seems to me might be beneficial. I just, you know, it's when you first hear that you're going to become part of a ministry, it's like, oh, really? You know, they're half the room just kind of gasps. So, you know, at every meeting, they now explain, this is what this means. Nothing is finalized, you know, as with any kind of religious organization, making a change takes a long time. So, you know, we started talking about this back in the summer. We're still talking about it. We will go and visit them. I'm not doing it, but others there are more closely tied to Holy Cross will make a presentation to a panel, and we will be approved or we won't be approved, and we will move forward. So that's kind of the high level of what's changed or is changing. We have been doing shorter days on Sundays and not taking an appointment after 3 o'clock. Now it turns out there's considerable demand for it, but we are a little light on volunteers for that last shift on Sunday. So that's something that we need to step up and just get more people interested. And we're working hard to just broaden our base of people who are engaged with us. I was very excited that just today somebody texted me and said, sign me up for Sunday. It's like, okay. And if you haven't volunteered and you would like to test it out, I'm happy to take you around and show you how it's done. And there's all kinds of ways to volunteer. You don't have to interact directly with the refugees if you don't want to. You can sort merchandise and stage things, and there's a million things you can do. But that's probably the important thing to know, that the demand is increasing, not decreasing. The need for people, the staff is also increasing. And we're going to be tied to the church in a more formal sort of way. Questions?
And
Helen?
So, the Free Store posted on Facebook last week that they need toddler clothes. So I, messaged my mom friends and gathered up some winter toddler clothes. And when I dropped them off, Laurel was there and she said they need infant winter outerwear, like snowsuits, coats, the little zip up feety hand in hood. What do you call those? It's
One
not
piece
just
winter
the
clothes.
onesies.
What, yeah,
Winter
but like the
onesie.
kind of, it's like outerwear,
Winter
A
snowsuit is what it is.
snowsuit.
Yeah. A snowsuit, but like not the kind that you actually put a baby in the snow, more for like,
Infants.
A sleep sack.
yes,
There you go.
yes, exactly. Those sorts of things for babies that just stay warm in the winter, obviously. So, I've only come up with one. And Linda, you may not know the answer to this. Is it okay for me to post about Deerfield Free Store's needs, or should I go back to Dawn or Laurel and have them post?
Go right ahead. You talked to her. She told you we need it. Let's just move forward.
It's okay for me to put on Facebook on my own page. Hey,
Yes,
I'm collecting
absolutely.
these for the Deerfield Free Store. If you could please. Okay. I just didn't want to step on anybody's
can we-
toes.
Can we put it on the Tikkun Olam Facebook page?
Yeah.
Sure.
Probably. These needs change pretty quickly though, so I don't know.
You can
I don't
put
know how many they
them
need.
on either Facebook page or both.
Okay.
I would put it on there because people are always looking for.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
I usually I put up they usually update their list at the first of the month, and that's when I usually put it up, but we can certainly well, the first of the month is Friday anyway, so
Okay.
Perfect.
there you
They're
go.
also looking for toddler boy and girl winter clothes. They're not at all interested in summer clothes. They want
Right, no.
warm sweatshirts, sweatpants, warm stuff.
Right. We only take children's clothes now.
Yeah.
This summer we gave up taking adult clothes because we were spending way too much time sorting, organizing and whatever. And the people who were coming to see us wanted furniture. It's like, okay, let's get rid of the clothing and work on furniture. So that's where we are. You mentioned Laurel, who has been amazing as far as stepping up to fill the void. She has agreed to be our speaker for Tikkun Olam in March. And who saw her? Joan Zitter saw her at Rotary and said she gave a great presentation. So that's the story. But we usually ask people for a headshot and a bio. Is that right? Or did
Yeah.
I dream? Somebody please send me an example that I can share with Laurel so she knows what I'm asking for.
I can do that, but honestly, it's pretty early. We'll send usually a couple months before we have a letter. This is how it is. I mean, I can send it to you if you want to send it to her now, but I'll send you what I send out.
If we get it to you before early enough, do you want to put it in the Kahila?
No.
No, can't do that. Okay.
Yeah.
I understand. Can't blame a gal for asking. Any other questions?
I mean, and that's up to Alice if we know, and we do know our speakers ahead, we can like list them ahead of time and let people know what our upcoming Tikkun Olam speakers are for the next, few months, but we don't have room for bios and headshots and stuff. I don't think in the little space we have. So. But anyway, maybe you and Alice can talk about it.
Wait, I don't understand. Are you talking about in our minutes? What are you
She
talking
said the
about?
Kahila.
Oh, in the Kahila. Oh, yeah, I have to. I don't think the Kahila is I really think it's Macomb at home. The Kahila is not the right place.
Vehicle.
That kind. Thank you. The right vehicle, because you know what? If people read it, it's not like people are gonna write
Current.
down, oh, March. That, no, it has to be more immediate.
I understand.
Yeah, yeah, especially for Shabbat service, you know, it's like they're either, yeah. So yeah, so it really should be through the office to put it, because I don't do the Macomb at home.
All
Okay.
right.
Yeah,
Thanks.
yeah, you're welcome.
Okay. Anything else for the reports? I think we are moving on to new business. So we have a couple of things that we can discuss. One is, this one with me, was do we, or have we in the past done any sort of Hanukkah Tikkun Olam project of collecting gifts for children, or
Yes.
like, do we want to do that, something similar this year? With the topic that I brought up.
So, I mean, you can do a gift drive. We've done things, well, I guess it was at Lakeside, but where you know, you take something that a kid really wants, you know, like
Yeah, like,
I wanted a Peppa Pig doll. That's
right.
what my daughter wants.
Yeah, what I was gonna say,
Yes.
Solal also did something where we had, I guess it was a giving tree.
Yeah.
And then people pulled, it's similar to what Vanessa was just,
Yeah,
Right.
people pulled off, I
Right.
will get this, I will do this, or whatever.
so yeah, I saw something, I can't remember which temple, they did dreidel tags, they called it.
Yeah.
for gifts.
Yeah.
But would we be interested in doing something like that? And does anybody have like an organization, or who would get this? Do we want to do it for the Deerfield Free Store? Like, that's the harder part, is coming up with who the
Recipient is.
recipient is of
Because I think
this.
if you put it out there, people will be very generous, but
Mhm.
the only one that we do not do is Toys for Tots
Mhm.
or the Salvation Army.
Right. Does anybody know of any Jewish organizations that are that, like,
And you could
should
check
I
the
try
Chesed.
call?
There's not our Chesed committee, but there's a
I know,
Chesed
yeah,
folk, and they always do a lot of philanthropic things, but you know, full transparency, I'm sure it goes to majority of Orthodox kids.
Wait,
Nothing
what did
wrong
you
with
say,
that.
Vanessa? Chesed committee of where? Did you say?
Hesed, yeah, I know
At
them.
Chicago.
I
Oh.
know that I was looking at JCFS, they used to have,
Oh,
I don't know if they still do. I remember they used to have
yeah.
and I know like JUF did the coats for Hanukkah. I mean, I could try fill a heart or, all right. Well, let me try calling a couple of places and see if they need something. I also, like, I have a few friends that are Chicago public school teachers. Maybe their students might need something too. So,
Yeah.
but I
Well,
just
was
wanted to
gonna say,
see,
yeah, Refugee One always needs stuff.
right.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, so our speaker in December is Refugee One, and Alan was looking into, but for their coats this year, from what I saw, they're not taking coats, you donate money for them to buy coats, so.
I'd rather do
gifts.
gifts.
So that wouldn't work, yeah, we can't do
I
that.
agree.
You might
Yeah.
also, you might also
The
want to try
donate
Safe House.
thing. I'm sorry, Rich.
I said, you might want to try Safe House. I don't know if they, you know,
A
probably
safe place or a safe, or Shalva?
Shelva, yeah, maybe Shelva. We had a speaker from there once, but I think they have, you know, where they also have children and residents that might,
Anita Pildus would know. She's from
Yeah.
Shelva.
But a safe place is in Lake County. And they definitely have children. Because Mother's Trust is trying to help them all the time.
that's
Yeah, I
probably what I
love
meant.
Safe Place.
It's called
Yeah,
a safe place.
a safe place.
And
They're
you can't
it's-
go
it's-
there.
it's for, you can't go there. It's for families who are fleeing domestic violence,
No,
and they literally are fleeing with nothing.
okay. All right, I have a list to start with. If anybody thinks of anything
Oh.
else, send it my way. Okay,
Here's
right.
here's the website for a safe place.
Okay, put it in
I
the,
put the chesed thing there too.
yeah, oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
And Sophia, I can help you, once we get this rolling, implement
Yeah.
this. Obviously, we'll get it out to the Love Learning families. I'm envisioning where you take a tag and it'll say like
Yeah,
Elmo toy for a 2-year-old girl or how
right.
that
Exactly,
works.
that's
And
what-
then they go buy it. And then we'll
Yeah.
have to decide if we want them to wrap it or if we wrap it.
They may not, they may have
I mean,
strict
that's
rules about
rules.
They
Right.
might.
Yeah.
They might. Some places don't want wrapped gifts because they
Yeah.
want to do quality control and
it. Exactly.
make sure it's
Yeah.
appropriate.
I don't
before we
blame them
begin.
because we've done that stuffed animal thing, and I look through it, I'm like, what the hell? How could you think to put this in the?
We collected warm clothes for Gary Comer Youth Center last winter at some point, maybe it was January. And I went through everything in there, and 90% of it was amazing, and 10% of it was literal garbage. I mean, it wasn't even good enough to go to the textile recycling place.
You
It
are
was
correct.
someone put used underwear.
Oh, you're
Ew.
kidding.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
So yes, we need quality control.
People do not think.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
All right. Okay, next thing is the collection for November. Sharon. I know.
So our
Emily.
speaker for November is Emily Mizell. She's talking about dementia-friendly communities. So she doesn't really have, it's not an organization, it's a concept. So we don't have a collection that we, have scheduled for November. And we did, last month we just did food and glasses. So if somebody has an idea, either for something, I don't know, related
Dementia.
to a mental health, facility, or I don't know what would go with it. It's not going to be for her, but if, it is, and she said it's something with the elderly,
No,
month.
I say that if we this dreidel tag or whatever is going to take a lot, and maybe we just do that for 2 months.
Yeah, right, because that would start in November, because most of that we'd have to have it done by like first week of December in order to get it to them.
Although Hanukkah is right over Christmas.
That's true. Luckily, it's late this year. I mean, it depends when organizations would need the stuff by.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
but if you're talking about November's this Friday,
right,
so
well,
that's kind
so-
of pushing it.
well, to start, I mean,
I'm not sure it has to start on November 1.
November
Maybe
1st,
we
right.
can
Oh, no,
start
I
on November 10th and,
Right,
I imagine most of these organizations are going to need this stuff by mid-December just for logistical purposes. So
Right.
this would still probably only run 5 or 6 weeks, not really 2 whole months anyway.
right. Especially because, yeah, at a minimum, they'll need to know what, if somebody doesn't pick up a gift, they'll need to get one or something like that.
We'll have to have a pretty firm deadline
Deadline,
because
yeah.
if there are tags left,
Well, you would have to figure that out.
yeah.
Okay, well, I'll call starting tomorrow and figure out. All right, I guess the only thing,
But
oh yeah, Alice, go ahead.
I have something. So last year, Lynn, this goes to, you gave me a little reminder. Last year, Lynn and I went into the 6th grade Sunday school classes and brought, organizations talking about different Tikkun Olam that the kids could get involved with. And I just got in touch with David Valentine, the teacher, one of the teachers, and we're gonna meet, it's not gonna be, he wants to meet on a Sunday, so it's not gonna be this Sunday because I'm out of town, so I suggested November 10th, so hopefully I'll have some more news after that. Well, that's it.
I don't think we really got that ball rolling last year until after the holidays, just because we
Oh.
were so busy in the fall.
Right, exactly. So yeah,
Yeah.
he said he's very interested and he wanted, me to talk to him and Mallory, the other teacher, and we'll get some stuff going.
Right?
Yeah.
Any other new business? All right, we're discussing the next meeting date.
To the
When is the-
calendar.
Right.
So November is a little tricky. Um,
I mean, we've been dependent on when the board meets.
I know.
Lynn, do you
Which-
know when? You're on mute. Lynn, you're on mute.
I can't believe I can't do Zoom after all this time. The board meeting for November is November 11th. I will be in Ireland
Ooh.
visiting my son.
Oh, is he abroad?
Yes, the week of the 25th.
What
So
about the
possibly,
what
we
about the
can-
18th?
I think we can do the 18th if
Well,
that's good with
that
people.
it should be our meeting. That's the third
Good.
Monday, so that would be the
That's
18th.
our normal time.
Right.
Good
That
for
works.
me.
Works for me, I think.
I probably will not be able to do the 18th, but Andy might be available.
Are you going somewhere fun, Rich?
Well, actually, I got a JCOA board meeting that night,
Oh,
but we are going to Vermont for a couple days the next
oh, that'll
day,
be
so.
fun.
All right. That's it then.
Wow.
Thank you for all the work you do, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And
Thank
thank
you.
you, Vanessa. Yeah, for sure.
And we'll get through this week. I am so not looking forward to it. And my poor 91-year-old mom, I shouldn't tell you, but she said, every day I pray for the former president to have a heart attack. She goes, I don't want him to die. And then I said, well, what about a stroke? She goes, oh, that's better. I'm gonna take it to a
Vanessa,
stroke.
tell her that's not good because you know who takes over.
Yeah.
This is before. I think she's hoping before. Oh,
No,
God.
Careful what you wish for.
Exactly.
Yeah, big time. Be careful what you wish
Be
for.
careful, yeah.
Because
Anyway.
people might vote for Vance.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I think they
Yikes.
think that he's more.
No.
I
Andrew.
actually think he's more
Normal.
dangerous
Oh, I agree
Yes.
with you.
because he's
100%.
smarter.
He's
Yeah.
smarter, he's more philosophical.
Yeah,
He-
I think he's
we'll see
actually
the
more
word.
dangerous.
Yep.
I agree
Yeah.
with you. Big time.
All right. Till next week, everyone. Good to see
Okay.
everyone.
Bye,
Thank you,
everybody.
everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay,
Bye.
bye-bye.
Bye.